So the first thing I want to talk about today is a gift from an old friend of mine, Dale. Dale is also a subscriber to the show. And this is I think you pronounce it Sipik or Sipik or Sipik, or I'm not sure. SIPIK SK68 flashlight. Actually, it's the way it was described to me. This is not a Sipik, but this is a Sipik clone. So it's a knockoff. But if it's a knockoff, it's a very well-made knockoff. The light is very well built. I believe it's out of machined aluminum. Actually, we're going to take a break here, and I'll test that. I'll be right back. So I'm out in my shop, and I've got quite a few magnets out here. So let's see. There does appear to be some steel in here. It is magnetized. It doesn't weigh what you would expect it to weigh with steel, and I suspect some of this is machined aluminum, but some of it is steel, apparently. So still fairly lightweight. Actually, I would say very lightweight given its size and given that it's made of steel. Obviously machined. We've got some knurling in here. We've got some machine marks in here. It takes either one AA or 14500 lithium-ion batteries. It's got a push button start here with 3 different modes. One hard push to turn it on, and then you can switch between modes with a light pressure on the button. We've got full strength, we've got dim, and then we've got strobe. And the way this works, I'll see if I can show this to you, is fully in, it's at its widest throw. You pull this little piece out here to focus the throw. It does have, I'm not sure if you can see this, it does have an interesting shaped beam. It's like a keystone shaped beam. Not sure why that is. It doesn't bother me. I haven't had any problems with it, but it is different enough to mention. The light seems to be very heavy duty. I haven't had any problems with it, with the switch, or with it seeming, unsturdy. So far, I'm really pleased with it. I don't know how it will hold up. I've been carrying it for a total of about 3 days now, but so far it holds up really well. It compares very favorably to the mini mag-lite I've been carrying for years. Much brighter than the mini mag-lite. I'm pointing this thing out at 100 yards with the beam tightly focused, and it throws plenty of light. So far, very happy with it. It does have a little belt clip here. The belt clip's a little tight. I tend to carry it slipped into my pocket with the belt clip on the outside of my pocket, and it's pretty tight. I think I may have to fashion a holster for this, either out of Kydex or leather. But so far, really pleased with it. The only downside I've got with it is I tend to hold a light like this, aiming it like that. And with the push button being recessed as far as it is, I have a hard time pushing it in with my thumb. I have to shift my grip, push it in with my finger, and then re-grip the light. Don't love that, but it's still better than my mag-lite, which has which you turn on by turning the I don't know what you would call it, the head of the flashlight. This is much more convenient than that. But if I were designing this light, that button would be a little less recessed and a little more accessible for the thumb. So that's it. Really well pleased with it. I think these things sell for like $8-9 on Amazon, which again, higher quality than the mag-lite, which I've had problems with the switch on my mag-lite, and cheaper yet. I've seen it offered with Amazon Prime, which gives you the free 2-day shipping if you've got Prime. Really nice little light. I like it a lot. So thanks, Dale. I appreciate it very much. Thanks for turning me on to this. I've carried a mini mag-lite for 25 years now, and I think you've converted me, which I suspect was your goal all along. So thank you. Okay, so moving on to the question that my lovely wife Gina had. How much does EDC really weigh? And the answer, we'll find out, but I think the answer is going to be more than one would hope or one would expect. So I'm going to do this in groups. I'm going to start off with the heaviest, and that's the firearms group. So let me zero this out, turn it on and zero it out. It's already zeroed. Alright, so the firearm. Again, this is a Glock 27. So we come in with the Glock firearms group. Glock 27 is 18.5 ounces. Now this Glock, the Glock right now is unloaded. You'll see there's no magazine in the weapon and the breech is clear. So 18.5 ounces unloaded. Now the reason I'm showing it unloaded, when obviously I don't carry it that way, is that I usually carry what's called Liberty ammunition. Liberty is a very lightweight round. It's got a very deep hollow point, and for that reason it is lighter than most ammunition. Lighter to the point that when I first started carrying it, I would pick up a magazine and think I'd picked up an empty magazine. Now obviously it's not quite that bad, but the difference is noticeable. I'm not loaded today with Liberty. I'm loaded with just jacketed hollow points, probably Winchester white box, because I'm out of Liberty. But the magazine loaded with just regular jacketed hollow points, fully loaded, comes out at 5.8 ounces. So loaded magazine, 5.8 ounces. What about the holster? Again, this is a Concealment Solutions Black Mamba. Comes in at 5.3 ounces. I'm not going to do all the conversions and add it all up now. I'll do that later and show you the totals in a little while. So that's the firearms group. What about tools? Tools group. Again, I carry a very old Leatherman Wave. I'm not sure if it's the original version, but it's certainly quite old. So the Wave with the holster comes out at 8.8 ounces. The knife I carry, again, is a Kershaw. We're going to measure a little bit of garden dirt along with it apparently today. But generally speaking, it's coming in at 4.4 ounces. And as far as the tools go, the only other thing that I would add is my light, which comes in at 3 ounces even. Now I'm going to have to take a step back because the one thing I forgot to mention in the firearms group is the extra magazine and the mag holder. For convenience sake, I'm just going to weigh those together. And the total is 7.4 ounces. So we're starting to get up there pretty quickly. The other things that I carry on a daily basis: keys, a couple of lighters, wallet, cell phone, etc. I'm not going to count those because those are things that at this point virtually everyone carries. So I don't see that as being an additional weight to carry the things you need because everyone carries those. So here in a moment I will take this, put it all in a neat format, put it up on the screen so you can see the totals. But we are talking about, a not inconsiderable amount of weight. So here we have our totals. Looking at this, you can see that the firearms group comes in at 37 ounces. That's 2 pounds 5 ounces. Not insubstantial, but not unacceptable either, at least to me, for the peace of mind it provides. The second group, the tools group, comes in even lighter at 16.2 ounces. In other words, 1 pound 2 ounces. That's even more of a no-brainer for me. Again, these are tools that I use every day. Well worth it. So because of time constraints, we're not going to have an end card this week. But if you'll look here at the left of your screen, you'll see a link to the first EDC video I did. So if you get a chance, or if you came upon part 2 before part 1, maybe worth your time to go over and check that out. Also, if you've enjoyed this video, if you've gotten something out of it, please take a minute and give it a thumbs up down below, and also subscribe to the channel. Got a lot coming up this week. We're working on putting up the greenhouse. We'll be canning tomatoes here fairly shortly. Got a few other videos in the works, so check back to the channel, and thanks. Have a great week.